Hello, hello, hello. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. We are here because we're living in a AI-agentic or agentic AI era where smart agents are a must for businesses and for companies to be innovative, competitive. And so all of these agents are depending on data. But unfortunately, in the agentic era, and in the case of data, AI has a bottleneck. And this bottleneck is that the storage where it lands on, where it's stored on, is outdated. And Akave is how it breaks free. As a matter of fact, this morning I talked to a customer who specifically said that one of the biggest challenges they have to actually take advantage of LLMs is to connect their LLMs to their data path. And the reason is that most of that data is stored in the cloud. And one of the big challenges with the cloud is that it's super expensive when you want to move data out of the cloud. There's an actual issue with vendor lock-in because these large hyperscalers want to keep your data there. Second, if you want to make sure your data doesn't get compromised, it's very complex to keep it immutable, and data privacy is at risk as some of these cloud providers can actually read your data. And then there is the second element of how can you actually verify that your data wasn't changed, that your LLMs weren't biased, etc. All of this needs a new data layer, and this is where Akave comes in. We're a verifiable, immutable data layer. We're going after the SMB and enterprise customer. We provide S3 compatible interfaces, so it works with the Web 2 apps. We save up to 80% savings for customers. Everything is stored immutable by default, so you can verify if your data was changed, and everything is managed through a data wallet, meaning end-user encryption. Users control their data. Who are we? We are officially from Protocol Labs. Spin-off our Protocol Labs. We took all the learnings from Filecoin and our existing enterprise experience. The 3 founders plus an awesome team of engineers are now building the enterprise capabilities built on blockchain. Where are we starting? Use cases in the SMB and enterprise space that heavily depend on their data and are doing a lot of data analytics and are taking on LLM workloads to innovate and increase their performance. Here's an example of a customer that is saving more than $500,000 in 2 years. We're also the first one that was qualified with Snowflake as a blockchain-powered storage network. Here's our product in action. You can easily move data in and out. We have an MCP server. You can now interact either with cloud or with Olama personally in your private environment. And most importantly, it's integrated with Snowflake as well, and you can verify all these transactions on chain. Now, today is a special day because we are 1 year old. Believe it or not, exactly a year ago, we started Akave, and since then we have released our testnet, we raised money, we have a massive ecosystem, or at least for 1 year, which is amazing, more than 75 projects building, and today we're raising more money. We're here raising $3 million to expand our go-to-market. Thank you very much.
Nicely done, Stefaan. Happy birthday. Now 15 minutes of Q&A from the judges.
All right, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so it's a decentralized cloud storage. Is that the general gist of
That's
it?
right.
Okay. There's like quite a few older players like IPFS from Filecoin, Akash, Ocean, etc. How are you differentiating yourselves?
Yeah, very good question. So as we worked on IPFS and Filecoin for 4 years, we're very familiar with the limitations. And one of the limitations is that in the last 4 years that we're at Protocol Labs, we saw a lot of customers come in and they said, love the content addressability and cryptographic hashing, but I need you to give me an S3 compatible interface, and that's what we focus on. We basically have focused our focus on providing the API so that you can use your existing applications, so that Snowflake can just point to Akave, and under the hood, we automatically convert that data into cryptographic hashes like IPFS, Merkle trees, plus you have an on-chain proof. So it's making it very easy for a user to adopt blockchain capabilities.
So that leads me to my question. Oh, sorry. So that leads me to this question: is for a developer or for the builders, what is like the adoption curve for them? Do they have to learn something new, or is it Yeah,
exactly. So we have 75. So we did 3 hackathons. We learned a ton, and the main feedback we got from our hackathon builders was that it's super easy to use. Why? Because it's a RESTful object interface, and we also added an S3 compatible interface, which means that it works with all their tooling. And that's what they like, because typically a lot of the Web3 projects, most of them, are still storing their data in Amazon, Google, or Microsoft. And so this makes it a lot easier for us to go even after the builder community. And so, but that's more opportunistic for us. where our demand is primarily focused on paying customers right now.
Thank you.
Great pitch, thank you. Do you have any awareness that you've built in the community, or how do you think about that? Is this a community-based project where there'll be a token, or is this mostly a B2B equity business?
Very much so. We already have 30,000 people that signed up for our testnet, which, by the way, was amazing. Didn't expect that. A lot of people that are willing to run the Akave nodes as well. So we have a token. It will be used for as a utility token, but its main focus to drive SLAs. Because the other thing we've learned in the blockchain, in the enterprise space, is that customers want to make sure that you can guarantee durability and uptime, so availability. And so we're using the token to enforce that kind of reliability. And so the other concept we've taken is the concept of like a subnet of like BitTensor, where the goal is to run subnets in more local regions, because the other feedback we've received is that geofencing is really important. The ability to prove that certain data sets, specifically in more compliance-heavy environments, is stored within country. And so right now we're already seeing interest from existing Filecoin storage providers as well, and even Walrus and others that have reached out and said, hey, I'm willing to run some of these Akave nodes. And that's our next phase. Yeah.
Great job, Stefaan. Please, a round of applause for Stefaan. I'll take the clicker.
Thank you.
Well done.